Yo, what's going down, everybody? Thank you for checking out the channel. In this video, I'm gonna give my experience on a money-winning gaming app that was developed by Mr. Beast. So, this is kind of different than videos I usually make, but I believe I'm in fair reasoning and I'm justified to make this video. So this is gonna be on my experience with Mr. Beast and his app, his gaming app, where you can win money. And this app is called Crystal Vault Slot, okay? Before I continue, for those of you who don't know who Mr. Beast is, I'd be very shocked. He's not only just a content creator, he's very innovative, he's very motivating. He comes up with just the most craziest ideas that can win people money, win people prizes, and it's just very entertaining. He's worked alongside Logan and Jake Paul, just a bunch of celebrities, even movie celebrities, very widely known around the world. So with that being said, this is just coming from a genuine side of things. I'm going to speak on behalf of individuals, participants who played Mr. Beast's game, Crystal Vault Slot, and even their responses and their what's that word I'm looking for, their reviews on the game too. And I'd rather come from a side where I don't just start off as, oh, I got scammed and Mr. Beast, he's a fraud, because at the end of the day we're all still people, no matter how successful we are. So yeah, Mr. Beast, I know, you're a very busy person, but I'm hoping that he sees this video. So for those of you who actually had an experience playing Mr. Beast's game, not even specifically the one I played, Crystal Vault Slot, but any game, even if it's these influencers, they come up with NFTs and crypto and tokens and just different ways that you can win money and prizes, and you've heard about the ups and downs with them. So this is my experience. With how I ended up coming across this game was I was actually taking surveys, and even putting these in this category. You'll play these surveys and you'll win some, a little bit of change here and there with each survey, but a lot of people will notice that you get kicked out in the 3/4. You're already 3/4 through the survey and you just got kicked out, and just a bunch of glitches and little niches and fixes here that need to be done, because this is people's time, this is people's effort, this is people's time. And not only that, we got our eyes glued to our phone screen. You can spend up to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours playing this game. And as you continue with the game, you notice it to start to get a little slower, your winnings get a little less. And let's be honest, most of us know that, with these games where you don't really, it's not like a brain where you have to use half your brain like a Sudoku or something. You don't really need to, it's not rocket science, with these games. But Mr. Beast, you're a very convincing person. You are very convincing with your advertising with this game, highly convincing. You broke down what it is that participants don't want when they're winning, when they're playing game-winning apps. You don't want scams. You don't want fraud. You don't want a bunch of ads that's taking up so much time, kicking you out in the middle, not paying you. Most of all is what you said. You advertised that, and that's where you got me. And I don't want to be upfront and just be like, oh, I got duped by Mr. Beast and this and that, but I'm speaking on behalf of all the participants. And I know in the title of the vid I said do not download and play Mr. Beast's game, but no, for those of you who don't even believe me or think I'm not coming genuine, go ahead and play it. And play all the way until you reach the threshold in which you can cash out. And fortunately, with your game, I was actually able to cash out, thank goodness, unlike last game, which I should really be firing on and holding them accountable, because it would just become impossible to cash out. It would take longer and longer. The earnings started turning into 0.0007, and now you have to add it up to a penny, and it would take a year, 2 years, 5 years, hopefully not, hopefully I'm exaggerating, to actually reach that cash out threshold just for them to do what your game was doing, Mr. Beast. So I ended up cashing out in your game. Finally, I'd say I played it for 9 hours. Finally cashed out at the 1,000, and I was expecting my heart was, 1,000. Oh, I'm like, the things I could do with this. Ooh, Mr. Beast, your clutch. I was going like, Mr. Beast, your clutch. I was really sick thinking that, And now it's saying I gotta wait 48 hours. The cash out is to PayPal. And I was like, ooh, okay, so my hope, because I wasn't hoping, I was believing. I think there's a difference between believing and hoping. Believing is like, you know this is legit, and you were highly convincing, sir. You're really good at being a businessman, but we're believing that this isn't a swindle here. And I want to come genuine when I say it's justified for me, on behalf of everyone else also who played this game and perhaps didn't have the time to make this a priority. They probably just had time to, write down a little review. But no, those of you who are huge supporters of my channel, and most importantly, those of you who actually have had an experience with Mr. Beast and one of his money gaming app, please share this video. Please like this video. Please get this video to Mr. Beast. Tag Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, I want you to see this vid. No, you don't have to respond, man. Me personally, I don't know about everybody else, but me personally, and I'll speak on behalf of them, I'd expect that they'd want their earnings too. I believe it's fair that we get us right. Let's get us right. Let's get me right. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, I know you're busy. I know you got so many ventures to go on and everything, but, there's been many experiences in the past where we've even seen other YouTubers make vids about YouTubers. Now they didn't get their NFTs and they got scammed and duped out of this and that. And, I believe I'm coming fair and justified. Like I said before, we're all people at the end of the day, and I'm not just gonna, because it's just so easy to just say something about someone who's known. I want to believe that this will get recognition. I believe it should, not just personally for me wanting my earnings. I played it fair earnings, our winnings that you promised, and you promised these winnings on your advertising, and you said that's what was going to be rewarded to everybody. And unfortunately, me alongside others, if I do need to show the reviews on Reddit, even other outlets where people left reviews about your game. Now, I definitely want to give you the benefit of the doubt. I do believe perhaps it did say it was in develop mode, so me along with everyone else who played it, we were kind of like the first ones. But as time goes on, let me go ahead and give you guys my experience and not take up so much time. Basically, I was playing the game. It's not too hard, If we could get our earnings, 10 out of 10. But if not, that's just not a good look. You advertise everything as it is. You said everybody would get the real winnings or earnings. You even broke down the downside to what these games do. And we really don't want to believe that you did that to us either. We really don't want to believe that you had us spend all that time playing your game and just in the very end hope that and I believe some did just kind of give up and just said, what the heck, you know? And some of us kept going, and I pushed, you know, finally made it. Just for now to cash out, we need to make sure 48 hours to verify. That's not usually $1,000 on PayPal cash out. It doesn't take that long for verification, I don't believe. You know, maybe 10,000, 20,000, whatever the threshold is, but 1,000. And then you reach that 48-hour mark, and now you're 9,500 in line. This is where it starts to get a little doubtful. Like, I hope we didn't get duped by Mr. Beast, a highly successful, well-known influencer and motivator, innovator when it comes to everything you've done, you know, within games and even people and collaborations and just getting everybody involved and being a very positive person in this world. Because I never really looked into your stuff, but I definitely knew of you because of different people you've worked with, like Logan Paul, Jake Paul, perhaps like PewDiePie, I don't know, like all these big YouTubers, you know, and you know, there's little old me over here, you know, giving a review on your thing, and I don't want no I definitely don't care about no recognition or response from one man to another man. I think this is fair and justified for me alongside everybody else. We played your game, we were promised our earnings, we didn't receive our earnings, and you know, I don't want to say if or but, I think you're going to come through. I think you're going to come through, Mr. Beast. I think you'll come through. I think you'll do the right thing. And to be honest with you, I don't even think there's that many of us who, you know, but I'm really hoping that this gets attention. Those of you who played any of Mr. Beast's Money Vault games, Crystal Vault Slot, I think you've developed, you know, many other games too, and earnings were promised, a cash out was promised, and that promise wasn't delivered. I hope you guys get the courage, I hope you guys get the motivation to even make a video like me expressing your concerns to Mr. Beast, and simply just wanting to receive what is fair and what was promised to us, which is, in this specific case for me, $1,000 was the winnings that I was expecting and did not receive. And I believe that I will receive that $1,000 from you. That's what I want to hope and believe. And even if you want to give us all 10% at least, you know, at least just saying a quick, just as a quick apology, you know, for this promise not being delivered, because that's a lot of people's time. 9 hours, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people had to break it up into, you know, I got my personal reasons on, you know, why I'm even doing these apps anyway, but I think I'm in the right. I think it's justified for me to make this video real quick. So yeah, that was kind of my experience with Mr. Beast and your game, Crystal Vault Slot. Pretty cool game, you know, it's fun to watch. You know, think that you're gonna make the money and stuff like that, and you really believe. Not think, you believe you're making the money and you're watching it. It almost feels like being at the casino. Like you're really good at your advertising, man. You really got me. Because usually I'm really good with knowing. You know, like this is, you know, you got these advertisements popping up, $1,000 in cash out here, and you know what's gonna happen. You're gonna click on it. Now you gotta do this. Now you gotta download that. Now you gotta download that. Now you got cookies and browser and all this, and you end up just getting into a loop, especially with your email. It does a lot. It does, you know, when we be putting in subscribing and downloading and giving energy, time, and attention to you developers, and that's how you guys make money. And that's good. That's good that you're making money, but you know, we want to make our money too, especially that we were promised. We gave you guys energy. Now, you know, we're just kind of expecting it back, you know, especially when it comes to a promise that was made regarding earnings. This is about business, you know? So, and it's also about, you know, reputation as well, you know? Like I said before, I'd rather come genuine. You know, in reality, you seem like a really cool person. You know, this is reality. You know, I really did play your game. Very rarely would I do something like that. And right now, I'm believing this promise was not delivered, and I'm hoping it gets delivered. I believe you'll come through. If everybody shared this vid, liked his vid. If you're anybody who played Mr. Beast's game and you did not receive your earnings, please get the courage to make your vid, tag him, and let's get our earnings. You know, and Mr. Beast, I believe that you will do the right thing. And yes, please compensate me my earnings, man. You know, I'll have links in the bio, just a simple thing there. And this is what I believe is the right thing. I figured it wouldn't hurt to me make a video to kind of go out of my way to make a little more effort to bring awareness to this. And this goes for everything. This goes for survey apps. This goes for money-making apps, prize-winning apps that promise a cash out. They promise, money earnings with the effort you put in and the time. And if you did not receive it, something needs to be done about this, and something will be done about this. Thank you very much for checking out the video and doing the right thing, and I appreciate you guys for sharing and liking the vid, and thank you again. And I believe you'll do the right thing. You know, these money-making apps, they earn so much from just our attention, but when they don't deliver on what they're promising, which is earnings, which is, money back, is not right. And I believe a lot of people just kind of give up and don't even put in an effort to hold those accountable. You guys need to be held accountable. So thanks again, and I appreciate you guys for checking out the video.